So we are not far from Old Milverton, Warwick direction in the United Kingdom. Caught on a tree, and we are having a nice little walk on a day which is mixed. There has been some rain, and we're heading off up to the Old Milverton church, if we can find the footpath that goes across the field. So there's the River Avon down there. Look at that beautiful tree. I'm sorry I go on about trees, but that one, just look at that branch going out across there, look. It's holding the other one up as well. I find that fascinating. Several hundred years old, tipping over with all that weight that side, with a great mechanical advantage, tipping it round, and still it stands. How incredible. But let's say, to start with, that I hope you're safe and well wherever you are, and I want you to thank you for watching, liking, sharing, ringing the bell, and most of all, I would like to thank you for subscribing. So thank you so much. Just look at that lovely tree. Another one here. He's seen better days. Look, he's lost a few limbs over the years, and looks like there's a lake over on that field. That was most of the mud these days. Is when I was on this trip last, I don't know if you can remember, you can see the holes and stuff from all the mud was here, and now of course it's all dried up, thankfully. And here we are, having a lovely walk, a lovely wander. And it's Easter holidays here in the United Kingdom, but there's not many people out and about here today. Now we've got to go a fair way round. We've got to go round the houses over there and keep going, and then we turn off right. Later we will be able to look at Guy's Cliff, an old hotel or house, big house. I really ought to look up the history and give you a bit of history on it at some stage. But what we'll do is we'll go one pace at a time and work out where things are as we go. And of course, really, that's like life. I remember many years ago a dear woman I was teaching. She this was in college. She lost her husband, and she said, "Oh, this wants doing, that wants doing. I've got to do this, I've got to do that. So many things to do, I don't know where to start." So I just sat down and asked her, what do you feel is the most important? And she told me. She said, "Oh, it's this." I said, "Well, why don't you just do that? And then that's gone off your list. You haven't got to do it. Then you can do the same again. You think, what's the most important? And you do the same thing again, and you just keep going. And this mist and fog that looks there in front of you suddenly clears, because you've dealt with one thing at once. Instead of thinking, gosh, I've got dozens of things to do, you just think, I've got one thing to do. And I think that can be like that in life, that people can have so many things on their plate. I've got to do this, I've got to do that, this has to be done, that has to be done, so many things. And it can be quite overwhelming. But if we look at it at one at a time and deal with things one at a time, then it seems quite possible. We're coming back that way, love. So now, as I said, one thing at a time. We've now turned off to the right, and hopefully we're heading towards the church. If we're not, well, there we are. Such as they say, such is life. So remember, things I say on here are just my views. You may have a completely different view, and that is perfectly okay. So walking slowly up the hill. Very, very big hill here. You can see there's wheat in here, winter wheat, I suppose, and lovely, lovely view across the vale. Somebody in orange up here. You can't miss them. I can see somebody up here with no sleeves. Ah, young people, honestly. How do they do that? I suppose I was like it. I can remember my mother saying, "Put your jacket on. It's freezing out there. I don't need a jacket, Mum." So I suppose that's just how you are. I saw a youngster the other day. She was riding along on her little push bike, and Mum was behind with several coats and layers on, and the little one had a t-shirt on. I presume she gave a coat to her mum. I don't want this. They don't seem to feel the cold as we do, us poor old folks. Well, I also have to thank people for the lovely comments of late. And I need to apologise to people who have been asking me to redo the how to fix the sim into, what's your tablet called?
Meebury.
A Meebury, yeah. And I do need to apologise. The Meebury, ich weiß es nicht. Meebury, yeah. I did a video showing, well, almost showing how to put in the sim. Now, I do have intentions of doing that again, so if you're one of the people who said it's a pity we couldn't see more of what you were doing, I do need to do that again. So apologies for that particular video, and I shall put a note on there telling people to look for the other one. So when I wanted to find out, I looked on a video and I had the same problem. It didn't really show what to do. The guy was speaking, so it was simply as bad as my one. So one that would show him properly how to do it would be worthwhile, I rather think. So now we're quite high here now. You can see all round. Another oak tree in the middle of the fields. Lovely view. Yeah, we're heading towards the church, dear. And of course we've seen lots of blossom this morning already. So that's excellent. I do love the blossom time of year. I think it was 7 degrees today. Feels like 8. That's unusual. It's usually the other way round. 7 degrees feels like 8. I've not often seen it that way round. It's usually the other way round. But it's not too cold today. Although Sunday is got forecast snow. 0 to minus something or other, and snow. That's going to make for an interesting morning service in our churchyard. So watch this space. You could see us there in a service with the snow coming down. That'll be different, won't it? We could pretend it was a Christmas service, couldn't we? That'll be all right. Although from what the weather people said, there's more likely to have snow at Easter than there is to have snow at Christmas. So now this is what I was meaning about the blossom, and with that I shall say goodbye for now. Thank you for watching here in Warwickshire in the United Kingdom. Yeah, look at these lovely, lovely, lovely flowers. They're just starting to come out, look. So I'll let that run through. Thank you for watching, and bye from Dave the Rave, or the Rambler.